In 2024, if you're doing literature reviews and you're not using AI, then you're severely missing out. There are so many tools out there that can help with search queries and help you find the exact papers that you need. Today, I'm going to go through one of them, and one that's helped me tremendously when doing my own research. I'm going to go through AnswerThis, which is the fastest way that you can get quality literature reviews and boost your research today. It is an automated machine learning tool, and you know what? Let's just get right into it. So as you can see here, this is the main search engine that you'll see when you get on to AnswerThis and log in. I'm simply just going to ask AnswerThis to go through a literature review on molecular mechanisms of cancer metastasis. We can go through any of these to help us generate a prompt for our research, such as trying to find a prompt for literature reviews, suggesting questions, generating research topics, amongst much more, which I urge you to go and play around with yourself. You'll see that many of these will greatly help you throughout your research process. But for now, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to go ahead and enter this in. Now, when you come to this screen, you have an option to have a minimum amount of citations. I recommend just putting this up to 10, but if you're going for a little bit more specific research, of course, you can put it down a little bit. If you're going for something that needs a whole broad of research papers, then you can boost it up. You can also select when you want your research papers from. Now, let's say that we want our literature review to be backed by resources that are a little bit more recent. Let's say 2017. So now all our research papers are going to be used for a literature review will be from 2017 onwards. We can select to use the open internet or research papers, and also papers from our library. Now, I will go a little bit more into that later on, but for now, we're just going to be dealing with internet and research papers. In fact, for this specific question, I'm just going to go with research papers, and if you're doing a strictly academic literature review, I recommend doing the same. If you're doing something a little bit more broad or want specific answers to your questions, then I recommend using the internet as well. AnswerThis has also came out with a recent feature where you can have an entire full paper. Maybe at the end of this, I'll show you a little bit about what that looks like. It's highly impressive, but for now, let's just get our literature review. For this specific query, AnswerThis actually went ahead and gave me 23 different cited sources, all from research papers from 2017 and onwards. Let's see what this literature review looks like. Of course, if we did wanted to have a little less research papers, we could have pushed that minimum amount of papers that it would use down a notch. But with 23, I'm very happy, and I'm going to see what this literature review entails. As expected, it's went through the exact structure of a literature review, with the introduction being at the start, so we're just explaining what cancer metastasis actually is, and then it goes into a lot of examples and key insights into exactly how the metastasis is used, as well as an overview of the field itself. This is the most comprehensive AI that I've seen yet, but let's see what sources it uses, and I'm actually going to show you some of the features that you can use to take your research to the next level. One of my favorite things that AnswerThis allows is the fact that it shows the summary of the papers that it was using over here, as well as the full citation for the paper on the left hand side over here. AnswerThis also shows if a PDF is available for the paper that it used. So as you can see here, there's a PDF available, great. So I can just go right into the paper and see the exact information to maybe go a little bit more in depth. But the thing I'm most excited to show you is how we can use these papers to extract more information than the answer already gave, even though the answer is very comprehensive as we just seen. All we have to do is simply click on the checkboxes. Both of these have PDF available, and it seems like it is very concentrated into exactly what we were asking it for. One thing I love to do is to first of all summarize the sources. So this would just give us a quick summary of what the paper was talking about and how it's related to our research. But the thing I think you'll be most interested about is how we can chat with these papers. So we just simply click here. Okay, and as you can see, we're put right into the screen where we can chat with either paper. I'm going to decide to chat with paper 3 that we took out, and I just have a quick question I'm going to ask to see if we can get some key insights from AnswerThis from this paper. AnswerThis is very unique as an AI research tool, as it has all these different features, which makes it the go-to app for anything research related. I'm going to try and go through more features in this video, but I highly urge you to check out some of these features yourself. And voila, just like that, AnswerThis has produced an answer to my question, which is very comprehensive here, and feel free to pause the video at any point and read this if you're interested. But we've got lots more to discuss here, so let's move on to something else that AnswerThis can do. So just going back to my original question and looking through the papers that AnswerThis has used, we can select on two that we selected earlier, and we can actually add this to our library and use it at a later date. Libraries are especially useful as we can put these papers in the CSVs, we can chat with them again to get the specific information, and we can also put this into the AnswerThis search engine and select my libraries with the research papers included to make another literature review with only these research papers mentioned. I will preface that you shouldn't use only AnswerThis's literature reviews for your academic purposes. Instead, you should edit it a little bit and make it personalized to your writing style. And in fact, AnswerThis allows you to do that. Let me show you how. So if you go to the sidebar, you'll see this thing called Writer. And here you can go to your search query that you used before, whip open the literature review, and you can actually make edits and changes with all these different AI tools such as humanize text, generate outlines, generate an abstract to customize your literature review to your exact liking. You can actually go ahead and write in a few different points that you want to make. I'm just going to write down an introduction just to demonstrate how this tool can be used, and also just save it to cloud. So this really makes it the one-stop app for anything research related. It's been my absolute pleasure to run through this app with you. There's been an array of features that I might have missed out here. I urge you to go use the tool yourself and see what you think. For me personally, this tool has helped me out so much, especially throughout my academic journey, and I'm sure it will do the exact same for you. I know AnswerThis is constantly coming out with new features, new updates, new ways to improve research, so keep an eye out to what comes next, and maybe I'll update you in the future as well. Alright, have a great day.